Hey everybody, Karen from Master Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So we are having a conversation with either the Lead Team Collective or Lindsey Graham. I'm not sure, we'll ask. It might be too early for Lindsey to have a conversation with us directly from Spirit, but we'll find out. Okay, so what's interesting is I did post in the community on the post area of our channel. I did a poll and I said, would you like to have a conversation with Lindsey Graham's higher self? 70% of you said yes, and then left a question. We have 173 comments, actually. And then 25% of you said no. 5% of you said yes. So since 70% of you said, 5% of you said other. Okay. So because 70% of you said yes, that's what we're doing today. And so I have a feeling 25% of our community will not listen to this. But there's always something that we can learn on our spiritual journey to just understand a little bit about who he was and why he was the way he was and what was his life plan and all that kind of stuff. It does depend on what your questions are, though. So we're only answering specifically the things that you wanted to know today. So if you're not sure who he was, some people don't even know. Like I think I saw a comment said the person said, I don't even know who that is. Great. Good for you. You don't need to know who it is. Anyways, Lindsey Graham was a senator. I don't even remember the state now. I was going to say Kentucky, but isn't Kentucky the Mitch McConnell state? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm getting them mixed up. It doesn't really matter. While many of you had questions about his passing, most of you really wanted to understand why did he seem to change so dramatically over the years. So that'll be an interesting conversation based on what you guys are asking. So you wanted to know, was it fear, blackmail, ambition, a genuine change of heart, or something else going on? All right. Okay, well, we have, out of the 173 comments, a lot of them were comments, because I asked people who said no to the poll to also comment. So of the 173 comments, we pulled about 27 questions because there's probably repeated stuff too. So we pulled 27 questions, and that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, I'm going to say the prayer. But first, can I just say holy smoke, Batman? If you guys are in the Midwest or in Canada, I'm not sure how Canada's affected right now, but I'm in Wisconsin and I'm looking out my window and it looks like there's just fog outside my window and it's smoke. So I'm not disappointed about having the air on today. I'm not even sure I want to go out there at all. Like, what are we breathing in there? It's very thick. And I just had a friend who's taking her father to a clinic, and she said she could smell it. She can actually smell smoke in the waiting room. So I'm like, holy schmoly. This is from Canada. So I'm in southwest Wisconsin, which is pretty, low Wisconsin near the Illinois border. So, okay. Anybody else? Anybody else experiencing the smoke today? Let us know. Crazy crap. Crazy, crazy. All right. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the Lead Team Collective, and only those of the highest and purest light, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, our community, and the Lead Team Collective, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, Lead Team. Thank you so much for being here and partnering with all of us. And thanks to my spirit team too. It's a good time to thank your spirit team, you guys. Just show some appreciation. They like working with us. So, and it really is a partnership. It's not like they're doing us a favor. We're doing them a favor too by having this experience. So it's a real partnership. That's how I feel about it. Okay, so Lead Team, we've got questions here about or for Lindsey Graham, Senator Lindsey Graham in the United States. Are you familiar? Yes? Okay. Do you want to answer the question specifically for us? Yes. Okay. Is it too early to call in Lindsey Graham's higher self to answer the questions? Yes. Okay. Then absolutely we'll respect that. And it's nice to have an intermediary who will answer for us. So lead team, are you able to tap into, or you yourself have a conversation with Lindsey Graham's higher self? So that we just want to make sure that the responses we are getting are 100% from the higher self. It's not like your interpretation coming through my interpretation, that sort of thing. Okay, so they're saying yes. And just double checking, are you tapping into my biases, my thoughts at all when you respond to this? No. Okay. All right. So got an itch. My nose is itching. Sometimes, you guys, that's a sign. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just an itch. But sometimes it can be a sign that spirit's messing with you, saying hi. Okay. So, all right. So is there any question of the 27 questions, and I might have additional ones, are there any questions you would prefer not to answer? No. Okay. What about Lindsey's higher self? Are there any questions that Lindsey's higher self would prefer not to answer? No. So having this conversation and your responses is in our highest and best interest to know? Yes. Or are we just being nosy humans? No. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So, and I forgot to mention at the end of the video, I'm going to show you my latest concoction that it's some vinegar that I'm making. I'm going to show it to you. Okay. Question number 1. Are you ready, lead team? Did Lindsey change from being one of Donald Trump's strongest critics to one of his strongest supporters? So I'm just going to confirm that. Yes. Okay. So do you guys agree that he went from, okay. Out in the public, it looked like he was one of Donald Trump's strongest critics. Yes. Was that the case behind the scenes? Was he his strongest critic behind the scenes during that time? No. Okay. Okay. That's helpful. Well, and here's another question then. So he then appeared to become one of his strongest supporters. To us, he did. Yes. Was he one of his strongest supporters behind the scenes? Yes. Okay. All right. Was he, when he looked like he was one of his biggest critics, was he actually in reality one of his stronger supporters at that time? No. Okay. Did he switch because he was being blackmailed? Yes. Allegedly, and entertainment purposes only. Was he being blackmailed by the current president of the United States? Yes. Allegedly, and entertainment purposes only. I don't have to keep saying it, but you guys get it. Yes. Was he being blackmailed? Well, okay, let me just clarify. Was he being blackmailed directly by the president of the United States, the current president of the United States? No. Was he being blackmailed on behalf of the president of the United States? Yes. Okay. Do you see how the little switch, it really makes a difference if you ever start doing this for yourself or others. I just had a thought in terms of a question. Having this kind of conversation and even listening to it, does that bring darker, lower vibration energy around us? No, and that's a really wide swing. Is that the case because of the protection prayer that I did? Yes. Okay. Is it important to do a protection prayer like that when you are exploring different topics, depending on what it is? Yes. Okay. Good, then we'll keep doing that. Okay, was Lindsey being blackmailed by another country? Yes. Does that country start with an I? Yes. Is it the country that we are currently at war with? No. Is it the country that we are becoming more aware of is controlling or influencing the US elections? Yes. Okay. Was he connected to JE, which is the E files? If you guys don't know who that is at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Was he connected? And the reason we don't know how the algorithm works with these kind of things. So sometimes you just want to be a little careful. The fact that I even said D Trump, I prefer not to, but it was in the question. So, okay. So was Lindsey connected to JE? Was he connected to him? Yes. Was that the alleged blackmail operation? Yes. Okay. Is there any chance that Graham is going to be in the e-files? Yes. Excuse me. More than what is already published? Yes. Did Lindsey support the current president of the United States because he feared for his own safety? No. He didn't fear for his safety? No. Would there have been damning evidence of was it just because of his, maybe sexuality? Yes. And that was enough to get him to basically betray the country? Why? Yes, he had some shadows to work out. He definitely had some shadows to work out, because it's like, really? I mean, I'm not I just, I'm just speechless nowadays. It might be the smoke. I'm just speechless. Plus, my nose is just tickling me. They might be, I'm just like, I don't know. Something's, I don't know, you guys. Okay. Did Lindsey genuinely come to believe in D. Trump, just say his name, and his policies? Yes, he did. Did he support him because of money, power, because of money? Yes. Did he support him because of power? Yes. Did he support him because of threats? But we already determined it wasn't like physical threats. Yes. Okay, I'm sure we're going to get to how he was unalived, or how he died. So I'll wait for that. I was just about to ask, but okay. I got to clear my throat, apparently. Again, I don't know if it's throat chakra. I've had the windows closed, so I don't know if it's the smoke, but my throat is very scratchy. Got a frog in there. I just have to say, aren't I classy? This is such a classy channel and way to produce videos. It is what it is. I started this and swore that I would never do editing because, time. I mean, it takes a long time when I see people do beautifully edited videos. I'm like, dang. Okay. Was Lindsey voting against his own beliefs during the later years of his political career? Yes. So did he just compromise, basically? He just compromised. And maybe compromise is not a good word. What's the right word? You guys know what I mean, right? Like, he basically gave up his morals for whatever he thought he was going to gain. Yes. Okay. Was he able to convince himself that he was doing the right thing for the United States? Yes. So he really thought he was doing the right thing for the United States. Okay. Yes. Okay. Does he think that now? Does he think after his life review, does he think that now? He does not. Okay. Has he, while going through, I'm assuming this life review was probably pretty challenging. Yes. And challenging by the sense that of the amount of energy that was sent towards him after his passing, after his transition. Yes. Well, let me just confirm. Has Senator Lindsey Graham transitioned from human form? Yes. Okay. All right. I'll get to the questions about, I'm sure you guys asked. So in terms of him having a rough life review, whatever that means, if however rough that feels, did some of that have to do with the amount of negative energy that was sent towards him? Yes. Okay. Did he also feel positive energy during his life review? Yes. Was the negative energy stronger? Yes, it was. Okay. Don't you just want to? Okay, I was telling my husband because I mean, whether you support it or not doesn't matter. We're not having that debate about all the memes and people celebrating or whatever. Celebrating is weird, but people were not they weren't happy with him. So again, let's not have that. It doesn't matter. It's nor here or there. You can have that conversation on other channels. But I forgot what I was going to say now. Crap. I remembered after a pause. I said to my husband, boy, when I cross over, when I transition, I sure wouldn't want people like making memes about how excited they are. Who wants that? Oh, like that is, you may have had a positive impact, but if that many people were celebrating your transition because you were no longer able to do whatever they didn't like you were doing, I'd have to question that. I'd really have to question my own experience. And I think the politicians, this is where I think we need to get away from if we can get away from the whole division. And the division is created, you guys, I know, let's not even go, we don't even need to have that conversation, but I really hope that whoever's listening to this, regardless, is that we stop thinking of us, we the people, on sides. We have got to stop doing that and elect people that'll actually do stuff for us. They have created that division on purpose. And if you have not heard that before, go out and explore that. Spend your time exploring that because both parties have developed this system to keep us divided so that we will never hold anyone accountable to do anything for us because we're constantly just back and forth, and they never have to do anything except for whatever they're doing for themselves. So that is really what I have found to be the truth of the system. And I don't think that's just in the United States. So we the people, would you guys agree with that? Yeah, really wide swing. Really, they're like, yay, Karen, talk, Karen, talk. That's just been and I did not have this view 9 months ago. Okay, so if this is a new view for you, please sit with it and see if it feels right with your intuition. It honestly, and I don't like using us against them at all, but it just, at this point, that's the only language I have. It is us, the people of the world, humanity, and the politicians and the elite. So everything that's happening, all the chaos, they're creating all this chaos to make us exhausted, and it's exhausting, so that we stay fighting with each other. And then that's all we can do. We can't fight with them, So we have got to put people in these positions and change our systems so that they actually do something for the people. And what they're doing is when you start talking like that, somebody would label me a certain way. And then the label becomes what's important and not the message. So let's all get on the same page about that. That's as far as I'm going to go politically, and I'm going to keep repeating that message because it is a message of unity for the people. So let's not fight anymore. No more. Done. And that's the message. That is the take from at least what you're going to get in this ecosphere of the YouTubes on this channel, basically. Okay. And yeah, do I have opinions about stuff that's going on? Of course I do. But that is my strongest opinion at this point from all the conversations we've had here, we've had lots of political conversations. You can go back. We might eventually take them down just because a lot of them were creating division, helping us understand things from different perspectives, but still regarding division. There's still, so anyways. Okay, let's see. So did Lindsey fulfill his soul's purpose in this lifetime? No. It's probably safe to say he fulfilled some of it. He fulfilled some of the soul's purpose. Okay. Now, based on what we understand about karma changing, and we're no longer going to be karma looping, is that still true? That's nice. Is Lindsey's soul going to need, quote unquote, or want to come back and repeat this type of life experience so that he can have another opportunity to learn whatever he wanted to learn? No. Okay. Can he learn that a different way without like karma cycling, that type of thing? Yes, we've had quite a few conversations about karma, so you can always go to the Ask the Spirit Guides list and type in karma. You can search on the channel. You'd find that. Was one of his soul lessons to show what can happen when fear overrides authenticity? Wow, you guys. Yes. Well, then he learned that one. Yes, he did. Okay, that was very eloquently put. Did Lindsey regret supporting DT after initially opposing him? Did he regret supporting him? Yes. Didn't I ask that earlier? He did, but then he became convinced he was doing the right thing. Like, did he have to just convince himself? Yes, so that he can live with himself. Yeah, because I don't know how people get on with if you have any conscience at all. I don't know how people do it because I have the heart. I just can't even lie. Like, it's so hard for me. You could tell if I'm not being authentic. And I don't know how, it must be it's like something you just learn to do. I don't know how people do that. They're saying yes, it is just something you learn to do. Did Lindsey regret not standing by his principles after January 6th? Boy, oh boy, was it nice to see him stand up and just be honest. Yes. Was he being honest with his reaction? Was his reaction honest when he stood up and said he can no longer support what's going on? Yes. See, that was the honest part. So you have to, if you don't believe in January 6th or whatever, and again, we're not going to debate that here, but if you don't, then he was a Republican, you do have to question why Lindsey said that. Just critical thinking, right? You have to question that. Even though he backpedaled, he did say that. I was like so relieved that he said it because it was just nice it wasn't bipartisan at that point. that's what to me felt like we the people, like they were actually, it didn't matter what side of the aisle they were on. It was nice to just hear the truth. Yes. Okay. And again, they didn't do any investigating around January 6th at that time. But, I mean, that was very shortly afterwards. So, maybe there's new information obviously there's new information that came out, but it's so hard to know what was true and what wasn't. I don't think we ever did a session on January 6th, but I don't know that you guys would be interested. I don't know, kind of over it. Not over in a sense that, I don't know. I just don't know that it's how helpful it would be to raise our vibration. Let's just put it that way. Do you guys, lead team, think, they keep saying yes, but do you think it would be helpful for us to have a conversation about January 6th? Yes? Okay. You guys let me know if you've got questions. If you actually, you don't have to put the questions here. Let me know, say yes, January 6th. And I'm kind of curious about October 7th too then. But we've done 9/11. We've done that, several episodes. But if you're interested in January 6th, just put yes, January 6th in the comments, or you can put no, January 26th. And then rather than me doing a poll, I could pull the comments and see how many people said yes. Did Lindsey regret not living authentically? Yes. And then he just got too deep over his head at that point. He couldn't pull back. Yes. Would it have been easier at some point if Lindsey just said, you know what, I'm just going to come out and just be authentic and tell the truth? Would that have been easier for him ultimately? Yes. I mean, he probably had enough is enough. Like, I would have so much respect for somebody who just effing screwed up, but then came out and I kind of feel that way about, the problem is you don't know. You don't really know if they're being authentic, but I kind of feel the way about Hunter Biden. If you listen to some of his like 2-hour just conversations about his addiction and all that kind of stuff, but it is hard to know. Like, I'll never under really 100% unless I was to chat with these guys because I don't know. He became a good liar. So it's so hard to know. And obviously Lindsey became a good liar too. So, but I do have a lot of respect for people who just can be like, man, I don't know. I grew. I made a mistake. I made lots of mistakes and I grew up, that's what we have to do. We all have to do it. Some people just make way bigger mistakes that impact way more people, So we all have to do it. Okay, was Lindsey living in the closet the way humans would Yes. Okay. So Lindsey preferred male partners. That's who he was attracted to. Yes. Okay. Did he really think that people didn't know that? Yes. Okay. So it was just comfortable for him. He could not, for whatever reason, he could not clear that shadow to allow him to come out of the closet himself. Yes. Okay. That sucks. That really sucks. Did living in the closet significantly affect his life? Yes. I mean, it basically changed who he was politically because they had something on him and he didn't want it. The thing they had on him for blackmail, was it more than just him coming out of the closet? Okay, yes. Was it inappropriate behavior that humans would consider inappropriate against the law behavior? Yes. So part of it was allegedly him doing something that would have landed him in jail if it was discovered. Aha. Okay. Yes. Well, yep. All right. Was living in the closet part of his soul contract? No. was coming out of the closet at some point part of his soul contract? Yes. So that is something his life plan he had hoped to do throughout his life was to come out of the closet? Yes. Okay. Was Lindsey genuinely close friends with John McCain? Yes. I also heard he was genuinely close friends with Joe Biden. And he actually, yes, and he turned on Joe, is that correct? Yes. Did he, okay, while he turned on Joe to the public, did he turn on Joe behind the scenes? No. Did Joe understand that? Yes, meaning did Joe forgive him for turning on him in public? Yes. See, they're all part of the same network. I mean, they just are, they just are. Everybody, all those people have good things about them. All those people have bad things about them. And they all get sucked into this vacuum of how to survive in this environment. That's what we, the people, have to change. We have to change. This is not working. It's just not working. So, and again, be careful, because I've talked about this before. All of a sudden, the people who do have control of the House and the Senate and the judiciary, which, by the way, have they done anything? I mean, really helpful. Just saying. You could say the same thing about Biden. I don't know. But have they created more peace and helpfulness in your life versus more chaos? Is the question, because we're not, why do they think we want chaos? That's just dumb. I don't. So, what was I going to say again? So, because there's so many layers to this stuff, isn't there? There's so many layers. So they do have all this control, but be careful, because now, and I mentioned this a couple days ago, they're using the word communism, and they throw around communism and socialists as if, like, just because the label freaks people out, without people really looking at, well, what does it mean? What does it actually mean? So because when they label things, that they want you stuck on the label, just like they did that with transgender. They want you stuck on the label, even though there was like 10, I mean, the whole campaign of transgender in sports, there's like 10. We're talking like 10 people. I mean, they made such a big deal about that, but everybody just went along with the craziness because it was a label. So we have to just be really careful. And I would be saying this regardless of who's in. Right now, I only can react to who's in the seat right now. So let's just be really careful. If anytime you hear labels, then question it. Question the label. Because then there's something behind the label that's actually better for the people and less for them. Is how I feel. It's like, oh, is that where you want us to put our attention? Okay, I'll put my attention there. So, and my understanding is older generations are more likely, doesn't mean that will happen this year, more likely to vote in the midterms. So now they're using language that's freaking out the older generations because we had to deal with communism. We were they freaked us out about communists when we were children. That's how they controlled us, was by using that. And so now they're doing it again. Like all of a sudden I was like, oh, you suckers. Like I saw it right away. I was like, oh, okay, this is their next thing. It's so manipulative. And until we can see that, until we can see this manipulation, we're never going to come together as we the people. So, all right, I'm probably going to lose a bunch of subscribers now. This is what happens. This is what happens. Just because, God forbid, I'm talking about we the people at this point. We'll see. I challenge you not to unsubscribe just because this is a difficult topic for you. I'm not saying anything against any of us. Holy schmoly, but you watch. Okay, which is why, we should just stick to spiritual topics, which is really not how this whole channel was designed in the first place, but oh, goodness gracious. All right. I'll get through this, you guys. There's just so many layers to this. All right, so we did John McCain. Did John McCain approve of the path he eventually chose? His own path? Yes. Has he reunited with John McCain since his passing? Yes. Okay. Is John helping him through his life review? I can imagine, because John probably had the same kind of yes. Okay. Did Lindsey did he transition from natural causes? Here we go. Allegedly. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. They were saying yes about the John thing, and then they just went, no. Oh, no. Okay. Was his passing the result of foul play? Yes. Was he poisoned? Allegedly. Yes. Has he completed his life review? Okay, we really just switched topics. Yes, he has completed it. I think it's pretty fast. Okay, so he was unalived. He was unalived. Was he unalived by the country of I? Yes. Was he unalived by the country of R? That's kind of what I thought. No. Okay. I kind of thought, but was he unalived on behalf of DJT? No. Was DJT surprised? Yes. Does DJT know that he was unalived due to foul play? Yes. Will we ever find out that it was due to foul play? No. Nope. Well, we do now. We know now. That's the thing, though. There's so many things we won't know for sure until we transition. Even if you're a psychic or a medium, it all depends on where your vibration is, what timeline you're looking at, the Akashic records shift. Who knows? Who knows? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Does Lindsey have one regret that stands above all the others? Yes. Does his regret have to do with how his impact on humanity? I would hope that would be his biggest regret. Yes. Like his negative impact on humanity. Yes. Okay. Is Lindsey proud of the life he lived? Yes and no. Yes and no. That's fair. Will he work from the other side to help repair the harm? Okay, so let's just say we're assuming he made harm, but they did confirm that. So does he feel he harmed humanity? Yes. Does he feel he harmed humanity more than he helped it? Yes. Okay, so he feels that. So can't argue with that then. Will he work from the other side to help repair the harm he believes he caused during this lifetime? Yes. Okay. So is he starting to do that now? Yes. Really? Or is he still in a resting holding period? Yes. Okay. So he can his higher self is starting to help repair? Yes. Okay. Was his transition peaceful? No. No. Now that's kind of a loaded question in a way. Did he know he was being poisoned? Yes. Interesting. So did somebody Did somebody make him poison himself by chance? Ah, yes. They gave him an ultimatum? Yes. Oh boy. So this was basically a self unaliving? Yes. But basically forced. I'm watching the squirrel like dig a hole and he's flipping around, flipping around, flipping around. It's kind of funny. Yes. It's hot out there and smoky, so he's probably trying to find somewhere to cuddle into the earth a little bit, which would be smart. Yes. Okay. Bummer. That sucks. Did he feel a lot of fear before he transitioned? Yes. Okay. Was he in Washington when he transitioned? Oh, he wasn't. Was he on the plane? Was he on a plane when he transitioned? Yes. So this occurred between where he was in Ukraine and on his way home? Yes. Interesting. And so by the time he landed, the unaliving had been done? Yes. Okay, well that all came from was his transition peaceful? Bummer. Well, it's over now. It's over now, so yes. Was he granted by his spirit family? Yes. See, we all are going to be. Did his life review give him peace? Yes and no. But I don't think does he feel a bunch of shame around his life review at this point? No, I think yeah. But he sees what he needs to do. Yes. Did his life review make him want to come back and try again? Oh, yes. Yes. Is there one lesson from his lifetime, this is going to be hard to answer, that stands above all the others and that he'll carry with him? Yes. Did it have to do with living a personal life? No. It had to do with impact on humanity? Yes. I mean, these people have so many opportunities it's not hard. It's not hard. It just isn't. We have completely developed this entire system around fear rather than love. And it's just not hard. It just isn't hard. So we got to do that, you guys. We've got to switch to love. Okay, so I promise, it's getting long, but I promise, because I always tell my sister I'm going to stick to 30 minutes. But I promised I was going to share my next what I'm doing here in canning, but I'm not actually running this through digital canner. So my friend, a neighbor of mine, has a garden, and dill just grows wild. It just comes up. She's not planting it every year, and she doesn't know what to do with it. So she came over, and I have a picture of it, but she came over and she gave me this huge, she goes, oh, I left some dill downstairs. If you're not going to use it, I'll throw it in the compost. Okay. I'm like, great. I'm thinking, so my husband goes down there with the little bag thinking it's going to be like a thing of dill. Okay. So instead he goes down there and outside, because she had left it outside. And I see why now. At first I was like, why don't she just drop it off at my door? But I see why she did that, because let me see if I can find the picture for you real quick. I thought I took a picture. I must have deleted it. Darn. Yeah, I must have deleted it. Anyways, it was a huge stalk. It was this huge stalk of dill, and it had roots on it and everything. I mean, it was like this. It was like so long. Anyway, so my husband and I sat at the table and just it took like 30 minutes and it was fun. Just kind of peeled it apart. And anyway, so then I asked AI, like, what can I do with all this dill? And so I froze a bunch of it. I already had some dehydrated. So what I did is I am making dill vinegar. So I have 2 jars. And of course, because she gave me the dill, she is going to benefit from some of the dill vinegar. So I just use organic vinegar, white vinegar, and it'll sit every couple days. AI just told me to like do this. And there's a whole bunch of seeds in there and just a little of the fronds. And yeah, like two weeks, I'm gonna have some amazing dill vinegar, and you could put it in egg salad. I mean, so many different things. So very cool. So never turn away fresh stuff that people give you because there's always something you can do with it. And it's very interesting because I've been watching this one woman who gardens, and she's been sort of like really warning people about what's coming and all this kind of stuff. And she grows her own food for her family and why they started growing their own food. And she said she had, every time she brings this huge bucket, she's in the South, she brings this huge bucket of like leftover or food, like peppers and cucumbers and all this kind of stuff. Wherever she's going, like she'll take it to church, she'll take it, because she doesn't, there's so much of it that she gives it away. She literally will come home with the whole bucket full still. Because people are not cooking for themselves. I'm like, are you kidding me? I would love that. I would love that so much, even if I'm not totally cooking for myself. But that just goes to show you how people are not cooking for themselves. Holy schmoly. Someone's literally giving away fresh, organic vegetables, and she's bringing the whole bucket back. I'm like, that is crazy making. That just tells you about our society. And I know, because I know how hard it is. It takes, I mean, like I was telling you the other day, it takes all day to take care of yourself. And cooking, I mean, you have to be really on it. Like you have to be very organized and think ahead. And if you're going to cook for yourself. But man, oh man, you could just bite into a pepper. You could just bite into it. You could just dip it in something. You can dip it in some dill vinegar. But that just goes to show you, when she said that, I was kind of floored actually, because people don't cook for themselves apparently. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's coming, you guys. It's going to be interesting. Okay, well, hopefully this was helpful from a spiritual perspective. And I do hope that people give some thought to the division part, because I just think we need to be talking about it personally. But okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.